Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Big cyber hugs to everyone. Let's take just a moment to just tell you what Unity of Stockton or Unity is all about. We welcome people from all walks of life, all faith traditions, no matter who you are, no matter how you are living your life, no matter how you have lived your life. We help you turn spiritual ideas into everyday language, showing how you can use them, actually use those spiritual principles and ideas for a more enriching and rewarding life. Does that sound good? No matter where you are on your own personal spiritual path, your own personal journey through this life, this earthly human life, we welcome you. And we emphasize a positive attitude, a different way of wading through the challenges of human life that may be different from what you may have experienced before. I'm feeling a need this morning to have a moment of prayer with all that's going on in the world. Many of us are hurting. Many of us are angry. Many of us are feeling so lonely, so frustrated, feeling separated from each other, even from ourselves sometimes, and separated from our divine source. Where is our rock in these times? We just long for some relief from it all. Seems like it's been going on for a while, and just sometimes days it seems like it's just getting worse. Seemed that way. I don't know, but just feeling like a moment of prayer is in order this morning. So I'd like to invite you, if you feel comfortable, to just close your eyes if you like, and if not, that's fine. Some people like to just lower their gaze a little. Just relax a little bit and breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. And let go of all that stuff that's going on outside of you in the world and around you. Just breathe and relax and let it all go. Relax. Breathe. Let go. And open to receive. Open to receive love and understanding. I'm reminded of the song by Daniel Nabod. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper. I feel my heart go deeper. Right now, I pray. We focus deeper, focus into the heart. And then let's each of us think of something that is easy for us to appreciate. Something, some memory, or something in your life that brings joy, brings a smile to your heart, brings a smile to your face sometimes too. Think of what is easy for you to appreciate. Feel that appreciation. Feel that smile in your heart. And radiate that appreciation and that gratitude out to all those around you, all those in the world. And radiate it right back inside yourself. Feel that appreciation. We yearn for peace, peace in our own hearts, and peace in the world. And we ask for understanding, a greater understanding. We long for trust and faith in the midst of it all. And as in our Unity affirmative prayer, we know that even for the asking, even as we speak the words, it is already done. We have faith and we trust It's happening right now. The mighty work is being done deep inside us. And we experience the peace and the relief. And we go for a moment into the Hawaiian Kahuna prayer of forgiveness, Ho'oponopono. Forgiving others, but in the case of this, saying it's forgiving yourself. Yes, the true forgiving is ourselves. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. To ourselves, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. One more time. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And then we let go and we give it up to our higher power, God, nature, our higher self, divine source, our divine creator, whatever word you put on it. We give it up to a higher power, knowing that the mighty work is being done already as we speak the words. And we feel such gratitude. We are so grateful to know that this is so, that we can let go. And we do let go. And so it is. Amen. All right. Today's talk is summoning your dream oasis. Your oasis, your dream, your passion, whatever you wish for. Love, a job, a new job, a different job, no job at all. Maybe you long to retire. Maybe you long for some rest. Maybe you long for a comfortable bank account, a new home, a respite, a refuge. Maybe you long for fairness or equality. Maybe you long for just peace, a peacefulness within and a peacefulness without in the world. Relief. Maybe you long for happiness. I'd like to invite you to dream big. Allow your imagination to go wild. Let's explore how to do this in such a way that you ultimately get what you want, that you manifest it, that you bring it into being. You are powerful. We are powerful. With the help, not by ourselves, but with the help of God, there's nothing we can't do. God is greater than anything that we experience on this earth. And with that help, but we do our part. We're co-creators. So let's explore how to get ultimately what you want. Are the ways you're going about it ultimately getting you what you truly want? So today, I'm asking you to unleash your power of love, which means what it is that you desire, what you are attracted to. Not necessarily romantic love, but in the world. And some of us are attracted to and love our connection with the divine. And whatever that is, the things in the world that you love, unleash that power of love. Unleash the power of your faith that it can be so. Unleash the power of understanding, a greater understanding about things. Unleash your power of wisdom, the power of wisdom and guidance that comes from the divine. The seeds were placed in you long time ago. The seeds are there. Unleash that wisdom, that divine wisdom, that sacred wisdom, that guidance that's always there if we just get quiet and listen. Unleash our power of imagination. You know, there are so many powers that we have that we just take for granted. We use them all the time, but we use them in unconscious ways, and sometimes it gets us into trouble. But these powers, if we develop a consciousness and awareness around the fact that we have them and how we can use them to our best advantage, wow, there's nothing we can't accomplish, nothing we can't have. So unleash all these powers: love, faith, understanding, wisdom, guidance, imagination. And I know that all of you are not Unity folks, not necessarily Unity of Stockton community folks, but for those of you who are, this is very pertinent for us right now, because we're in the middle of sort of camping out here in my backyard. We've moved our location from our original location on March Lane, and now we're in my home, and I have the office here, and we're looking to eventually meet out in the community at different locations, exploring to see what we really love, and eventually we're saving our money because eventually we want to buy a home of our own. So we're going to unleash our power of imagination to get our dream oasis for us at Unity of Stockton. So it's very pertinent to us as a community right now, and it's also pertinent to each and every one of you, whether you be Unity or not, what you truly want. So here it is. Here it is, folks. Here's the key. You ready for this? Here's the key. And I'm going to say this more than one time throughout the talk. What you love and God's will for you is one and the same. What you love and God's will for you is one and the same. And this is a quote that Janet Atwood likes to use in her works. And I've been, I attended a workshop from her the other day, and I'm so excited about what she's doing. She was actually the teacher of Rhonda Byrne. You know who that is? The one who wrote The Secret. So Janet was her teacher. And Janet is very steeped in New Thought concepts, unity, and beyond. She's everything. So it's just really exciting. And that is the quote that she likes to use. And it just really struck me, and I wanted to share that with you, because it is so true. Whatever God is to you, I use the word God, I want to say whatever God is to you, think about that. Have you ever thought about what God is to you? The name you put to that energy or presence that is greater than yourself. I invite you to do that for yourself. And when you line up with that, that's when you know you are living your passions. You're living what you love. Living what you love. How do you know if you're doing that? Is what you're doing bringing you joy? Is it bringing you happiness? Do you think, if I could just do that one thing, oh, my life would be so fantastic? What is it that you think of? If I could just do that one thing, my life would be so fantastic. And when you answer to that, that's when you know that you're living your passions. It's not a mistake that you love what you love. Life is here to enjoy. Janet Atwood likes to add, it's not here to annoy. And I'll add, although sometimes it seems that way. Here's another big clue. Big clue, big clue. Living the life of your dreams has to do with what you love. We need to get crystal clear inside so we can access and listen to that voice that's always speaking to us. But we're so busy. And a great tool to get clarity on that is Janet Atwood's passion test. So if you just Google passion test, you probably don't even need her name, but her name is Janet Atwood. Passion test. That's a great tool for helping you get clarity on what you really love. She really just helps you just hone it down. For me, I love so much. I'm so enthusiastic about so many things that it's hard for me to hone it down. And I really want to do that because I really want to go for what I love. And then if we get quiet, we can hear it. But most of us, out of fear, we try to push it away. Oh no, what if I can't have that? So we won't even listen because it's something so important to us. So what do? We go for lesser things. We go for lesser things, folks. Those things that are not our do-all, our be-all, our have-all. Those things that are not our true passion, our greatest passion, not what we truly love. Yeah, our dreams get squashed. Maybe in childhood we dreamed, I want to do this. And someone might have said something like, who do you think you are? Or you're not equipped to do that. But you know those people were wrong. They thought they were doing the right thing by saying that to you, but sometimes our dreams get squashed. And so we settle into the less. We settle into limiting ourselves, limiting beliefs about ourselves, false beliefs about ourselves and what we can do. And we become mediocre. No mediocrity allowed. None. Oh, false beliefs, false ideas about ourselves and what we can accomplish, how powerful we are. False ideas, I can't have this because I'm too old, too young, too whatever, too. All the twos. Too much, too less, too little. So we go for this other thing that's less. How sad that is. Hey, you cannot trick the general manager of the universe. And when you are in alignment with the general manager of the universe, and you call that whatever you will call it, when you are functioning as one mind, coming together, your humanness with that one divine mind, then you know you're living your life's purpose, your life's dream. And when you're not doing that, you start getting hints. Things start happening that don't support what you're trying to get done. And Thich Nhat Hanh, who's a famous Vietnamese Buddhist monk, said, when conditions are sufficient, there is a manifestation. When conditions are sufficient, there is a manifestation. So when the conditions are sufficient and we are in alignment with that divine aspect, our humanness lines up with that, our greatest dreams manifest. They come into being. They show themselves in our lives. So if we're not listening to the messages that we're getting, if we're not paying attention, if we don't shift to come in alignment with that God's will, if we don't change our way that we're going, in other words, if we don't start living our life's dreams, bam, 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 and then a bigger bam, a bigger hit, and bigger. So why not just do less and accomplish more? It doesn't have to be hard, folks. Why not just choose in favor of the things we love? Every choice we make in favor of the things we love, that we care about the most. And remember, what you love and God's will for you are one and the same. Why don't we just take the path of least resistance and make it easy for ourselves? So there's 3 things that Janet Atwood talks about, and she says intention, attention, and no tension. Intention, attention, and no tension. Intention is being clear about what we truly want. Clarity is power. Otherwise, we're just wishy-washing around all over the place. Attention. Every one of you is powerful. Where are you putting that powerful attention? Laser consciousness on what you want in your life. Not necessarily the news, although sometimes it's really hard not to turn that on, isn't it? Not necessarily laser focus on what's bad in the world. We don't want to have our head in the sand, bury our head in the sand and not be aware, but our focus needs to be on what we truly want in God's will, what we truly love. The other stuff is in the periphery. It's what we focus on. And then once we get clarity, we don't just sit there and say, okay. Massive action is required. So once you've figured out what you really love and you start taking the steps to get what you really love and attracting yourself through the power of love to those things that will help you and those people that will help you get what you truly love, once you start doing and you've done everything that you can do, okay, I did this, then everything you know that you could do, then is the time for no tension. And that is when we surrender. We let go. And it's not easy because we want to control everything. On June 7th, my talk next week, I'm going to be talking more about surrender and what that really means and how we do that, because it's a big issue all in itself. And this is a series in how to get what we really want, and there's so much to it that I can't cover it in a short talk. So it'll be a series, and I'm going to be on this topic for a while, because after all, what is this human life all about but to get what we truly want? And when we surrender, we put a finality on it. Okay, I've done everything I can do. I've gotten clarity. I've put my attention on it. I've listened to the messages. I've taken action. I've surrendered. And then we put finality on it. And a good way to do that might be to say this or something better. No tension. We create then a vacuum, a space for others who can help, who can start to show up, to help. Sometimes, though, you know what we do? We want it so bad that we squeeze it to death. Like Janet Atwood talks about a water hose. And if you squeeze it, then no water can get through. And if we want this so badly that we squeeze it to death, then no energy can get through. And everything is energy. The flow of divine energy and divine life cannot get through if we just hang on too tight. Like the monkey that wanted what was in that jar, and he put his hand in and he squeezed it so tight that he couldn't get his fist out of the jar. And all he needed to do was just relax and let go. Love every moment. Love what is. I know, it's trite. It's one of those things we throw around. It's trite, but it's so true. We love what is. So looking at your past, a lot of things have happened to you. Things that weren't so pleasant. How have those things ultimately served you well? Look for that. See the gift. Watch what doors open for you. And the ones that don't open, maybe it's just not time yet. Maybe you aren't ready yet. Those doors maybe aren't ready to open yet. Think about what things people compliment you on. Think about how all you've learned and all the things you've done in your life and how those things have served to have served you and are serving you now. How all of that comes together. Bring all of it in. And then, when you do that, that's the grand slam. That's when you knock the ball out of the park. Yes, you athletes. How do you know when you're doing that? When it's unbearable to go backwards. And sometimes it's painful, isn't it? I'm not saying this is always easy. Our life on this earth is full of challenges. I'm not saying that. But what's beautiful by default, when over and over again we keep getting hit over the head, is that when we're really following our passion, even in the midst of those challenges and obstacles, if we love so much our passion, our dream, it is so much greater than whatever is in our path, that obstacle. The love for what we truly want is so much greater than that challenge. And it will see you through 100% of the time. 100% of the time. So when you're faced with the choice throughout each day, choose in favor of your passion. Get on Mickey Mouse ears. Be childlike. What truly turns you on? What's magical? And have the courage and the integrity to say yes and do what you know to be right. Take the next step that you know to be right. And it creates a self-love that is so incredible. And when other people try to come in and force you to make a choice that's not in alignment with your true passion, you can just say, thank you, and no. You need a stop word. We'll talk more about that another talk. So we're talking here about your expectations. What you expect for your life, your vision of what one day will be you. What you one day will be. You can never ask for too much. You can never expect too much. And your asking, though, should be sincere. It should be full of faith, knowing it will happen. It should be strong. It should have determination to achieve and to persist. That's the power of will, to keep on going, even through thick and thin, knowing through faith that it will happen. And when the way before you seems uncertain, moments of doubt creep in, turn within to that God that is in you, around you, through you, everywhere present. Turn within to be quiet and listen. We have faith. We ask, we believe, and we receive. Mark 11, verse 24. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive it, and you shall have it. Believe it's already done. Have faith. And then Matthew 6, verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Okay, that's the English interpretation. But what about in his native Aramaic, Jesus' native Aramaic language? So in Blessings of the Cosmos, Neil Douglas Klotz sets us down on a first century hillside where we hear Jesus describe what happens when we shift our focus from worrying and begging to building a vibrant relationship with the divine. Do that, and you create a condition of receptivity in which all you need will be provided. Receptivity, you will receive it. Creating a vibrant relationship with the divine. Remember what Thich Nhat Hanh said, when conditions are sufficient, there is a manifestation. So Buddha and Jesus actually taught the same thing. You create a beautiful life by creating fertile conditions, not begging for anything. In other words, you can have anything you want, but not by focusing on those things, the outer. They're in the periphery. Instead, your undivided attention and focus, your connection, it should be, for it to work, will be with your vibrant presence of the divine within you, through you, all around you, everywhere present. If the focus is there, instead of all that stuff out there, then your life will change. It has to. It's the natural order. So if we focus on all that stuff out there instead of our divine connection, you may get those things that you focus on, but it will be fraught with disappointments and maybe even eventually come back and hit you on the tail, bite you on the tail. So understand that you are in partnership with God, whatever you call God. Listen for those messages. Look, that email that came in, that phone call, that person that stopped by to drop off this. As the messages keep coming, discern with divine guidance and know when is the right time to proceed. So as you listen with intellect and intuition, divine and human, hear the messages coming from everywhere. That voice within through meditation and prayer. You encounter coincidences everywhere. Be aware, be awake, be attentive. The 3 A's, aware, awake, attentive. Hear and follow that magnificent guidance. Remember your expectations and visions of what you one day will be. That's what we're talking about. You can never ask for too much. You can never expect too much. Your asking should be sincere. It should be full of faith, knowing, strong with determination to achieve and persist. And when the way before you seems uncertain, moments of doubt creep in, turn within. The key, remember the key. What you love and God's will for you is one and the same. I wish you peace. I wish you relief. And I wish you all that you ever dream of. The divine in me sees the divine in you. I need to switch to business. I've been questioned about, are we going to reopen and see in-person visits at Unity of Stockton? Our presence in the world is key, is crucial. Our loving, compassionate presence. But it is not necessary that we be in a physical location. What is necessary is our love, our compassion, divine presence. And we love ourselves and each other too much to risk the health and well-being of our people, of us. So we will keep looking at the statistics, and we will reopen when we feel the time is safe, when all precautions are in place. I know some of you are very lonely and want so bad to connect, and we miss each other so much. Just hang in there. Hang in there. We're still open. Reopen, we never closed. We're still there in other ways, in a different way. Remember today at 11:30, an hour of Unity Cafe on Zoom where we just connect. I know it's not in person, but it helps. So I hope to see your smiling faces on Zoom today. If you need the link, let me know. It is on Facebook, website. And remember, next Sunday, my message will be about sweet surrender. Namaste.